Hi, everyone. I'm David Griffin.
And I'm Michael Medina.
We're here to bring you the mid-season finale review of Arrow, Season 2, Episode 9, 3 Ghosts, or as I like to call this episode, the Christmas Special.
A very special Green Arrow
Ollie
Christmas.
becomes Ebenezer Scrooge, basically, and is visited by the three spirits of Christmas past.
I like how they worked that in there.
These are some dark
nice.
spirits, though. This is some dramatic spirits. This is not Mickey Mouse's, the...
Absolutely not.
So what do you think about this episode, season finale?
Well, mid-season finale.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Got ahead of myself. We got 13 episodes to go.
Right? Where do you start off with an episode like this, first of all? There's so much that happens in this episode. It's kind of hard to start, but, I mean, overall, I loved it. I thought it was really great. It was a great mid-season finale.
Right,
Again, it's like every single episode, and I've said this before, they continue to amaze me and just blow me away with, just so many reveals, so many geek-out moments.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Right, and I'm a little slow sometimes with the comic book references, as many people pointed out, said we missed the Solomon Grundy reference.
We did.
But what was interesting, though, is that, now we know this guy, I'm assuming he will turn into Solomon Grundy.
Well,
I mean, his face got a little deformed with a green-gray look. But somebody also pointed out that he wears the Sportsmaster's mask.
Absolutely. Oh, you know what? I didn't think about that.
The mask is Sportsmaster's, but he's Solomon Grundy. So
that's interesting.
Maybe they're trying to combine a lot of people. But, I mean, that was kind of a neat twist.
Absolutely.
Even reading the poem right there.
Absolutely. and going back to what you said about the whole, Ebenezer Scrooge thing and stuff, I really liked seeing them really, diving into, the mind of Oliver. Because I feel like, we do, but to a certain extent. I thought this was kind of a good way of kind of showing him breaking down. You know what I mean? You can only deal with this for so long before you start, second guessing your intent and what you're doing, on what it is that you're doing, what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was good seeing everybody. I got to see his lady, who we know was killed. I'm assuming she is dead. I mean, she was shot in the head. So, I mean, it is comic book world, so who knows? But we got to see, Deathstroke, which was great.
That was a pretty cool reveal.
We get to see Deathstroke for real, not even just in the dream state, but for real, which was awesome.
We knew we were going to see him at some point.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I did not see that coming. That he was the one that was actually kind of behind the scenes with Brother Blood, and basically he's running the show because he even told himself how you can easily be replaced.
Right.
You
yeah.
know?
So I mean, he's not even, and now we know Brother Blood, Sebastian Blood, is running for mayor.
Yeah.
He's running for mayor, so that's a big reveal. It's just so much. Wow, there's so much to. It's just almost too much. Every week they just throw all this stuff.
Let's not forget about Roy getting injected with a mitakudu.
The Metachlorians. Oh wait, that's wrong movie. Wrong reference. So does that mean that will he become Red Arrow, or will he go straight to Arsenal? Because now there is talk CW maybe developing a Young Justice series,
which would be really cool. First of all, you don't want to be introducing Roy to no needles because we all know how that turns out. You don't want to be doing that. But again, I'm really loving the way that they're developing Roy. It seems like they're moving a little slower with Roy, but maybe that's because of the Young Justice, and I'm fine with that. This is nitpicking, I guess. I like the way they handled Barry's origin, but I kind of would have rather have seen it in his own show.
And that's what I thought, because the CW execs said that they were going to give Barry his own origin story. He was going to get his own origin episode, not necessarily an Arrow. So I wonder, are we going to re-see that scene again? Are they going to show it over again in the pilot? I wonder how the pilot of Flash is going to be structured.
I would imagine that they would just kind of pick up where they left off. But I just felt like I love his origin is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And I would have preferred to have seen him spend a little bit more time on it
before he turns.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. Build up to that event.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not something to be rushed in like an episode of Arrow.
Yeah, basically he gets off the train and then that happens.
Exactly. There was that one scene when Felicity comes in and she's like, "What you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just working on something." A little foreshadowing, which I thought was cool, but that would have been enough for me, at least. I would have been fine with that, and then go into a series and then really build that up. But I mean, it's still cool to see.
Yeah, right.
You know.
And a lot of people talked about too last. Just some, we always like to look at your comments and respond and see what you guys are talking about. And some people, a couple people said, "Well, it was a better episode last week because Laurel wasn't involved." And it is true, Laurel. Not anything against the actress. It's fine.
Yeah.
She doesn't have anything to do.
Well, that's the thing. And like I said,
wait. Can you tell? I want Mike to share this with everybody because he told me share this with me. This is Mike's idea. Share your Black Canary theory with Laurel.
Well, it'll be interesting.
What could happen?
Well, it'd be interesting to see if maybe at some point, Sarah does get killed off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe she somehow passes on her training to Laurel. Now I always and I don't know, maybe this is just me, but when I see her dad, I picture was it Wildcat you know, from the Justice Society and stuff. And I always kind of picture him like trained, because there was an episode last in season 1 where you kind of see her fighting ability and stuff.
Yeah,
and she can hold her own. Yeah, right. But since then, you haven't seen anything. Right. So, and again, this is TV, and who knows what they're really going to do with something like this. But like you said, and I mentioned this a few weeks back and stuff, I feel like this season at least, you know, she's just kind of like a whatever character. She hasn't done much. If anything, I feel like she's kind of fallen into that whole, like, you know, dumb girl. And, you know what I mean? Like,
damsel in distress.
Yeah, like, you know, you see her, like, you know, kind of, I don't want to say she wasn't rushing to like Brother Blood's arms, but you could see that she's getting comfortable.
I know. Like, wait, when did they start dating? Did I miss that last week?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's probably just trying to work his way in. I don't know if they're dating, but maybe he's just kind of working his way in there. Because
going Christmas shopping together.
Yeah. I mean, something exactly. Right.
Relationship.
But other than that, like again, going back to what I said earlier with like the ghost and stuff, I really like the way they played that up. I was a little confused at first when I saw him fighting Deathstroke, because then he gets into the actual fight. I'm like, is this happening?
Destroying his, you know, yeah. But I like to also got to see Merlin.
Yes, you know, that was a cool little fun reveal, and it kind of like basically in the end, you know, when he says that, you know, I finally got the answer that I was looking for. Like, there's a reason to why he's doing what he's doing. And I think if anything, we're gonna see a different Arrow. I mean, he's already kind of taken his first steps into, like, you know, trying to like not kill people and that sort of thing. But I think now we're gonna maybe see him take, you know, a few more steps forward. Right. You know, so I'm looking forward to seeing that.
So I guess let's, you know, or we're trying to wrap this up. Let's start maybe looking ahead. Because it's only episode 9. This is a very interesting point for a mid-season finale. Normally it'd probably be 10, 11. If we still have 13 episodes left, there's a lot to go. We're not coming back. I think it believes like January 15th or something like that. So what are we looking ahead? What are we looking forward to? We have so much going on. Brother Blood. Deathstroke is in Starling City.
Yes, he is.
He is there. So we know he's alive, which is great.
Let's not forget Ra's al Ghul. However you want to say it. You know, will we see him? You know, it's possible. I honestly don't think we will, at least this season. But obviously, you know, they're going to be, you know, bringing in his illegitimate daughter. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's right. Katrina Law's coming. That's right.
Yeah. We still need to figure out if, in fact, Summer Glau is Talia.
Yeah.
You know, and there's still a lot more. Like, I feel like they've really done a good job of teasing her. We haven't seen too much of her, just like in, you know, little like segments here and there. But yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to seeing. And there's still so much you can do because, like, again, like I said, every single episode, they're just throwing everything but the kitchen sink at you.
Right. It's just all this stuff. And I did look ahead. This isn't a spoil. Like, you never know how legit this is. IMDb is pretty good. I looked ahead on IMDb just to see if there's any descriptions of any future episodes. There's only, like, if you look ahead on IMDb, the episode list, there's only a few descriptions. There is one, though, about a billionaire from another city.
I wonder who that could be.
So, yeah, who's that? What other billionaires are there? How many billionaires do they have in the DC universe? So, will we see Bruce, or maybe we'll hear Bruce's name at least mentioned? That could happen.
I feel like with the direction that they're on right now, why not at least mention his name? Right. You know, and it's interesting. One of the things that I was thinking about while watching this episode, I feel like DC is kind of following Marvel's footsteps, but in a different way. It just seems like Marvel was quick to kind of build up their film franchise, and now they're starting to, you know, dive into TV or whatnot. But I feel like what DC's doing right now is they're kind of doing that in the TV world. Yeah. You know, now I kind of hope that they don't follow Marvel in the sense that I kind of hope that if they're building a DC universe for TV, keep it separate from the films, just so then you don't feel like you're handcuffed.
And the continuity,
you know what I mean?
Has to,
exactly.
So like a Batman Superman movie comes out, they have to, like, Arrow has to mention the events that happen, because with the comic books you don't have to do that. You're not locked into a universe. I mean, there is a universe, but there's so much other stuff going around.
Absolutely.
So you do that.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, so those were, you know, just some of our thoughts. I mean, there's so much going on. I'm sure, you know, you guys will call us out if we missed anything. You know, what do you think about Solomon Grundy? What do you think about the Flash reveal? Were you happy to see Flash, I guess, you know, get the whole thing with the what's it called again? I always forget the
there was the particle accelerator and that going, and
so I mean, you're happy with that? Are you happy with Laurel? I mean, is Laurel doing it for you? What do you think about Olicity? You know, got to talk about our love triangles. You got to mention in CW shows. You got to have
a little love triangle.
So, you know, let us know what you think about that and think about future episodes. And, you know, as always, you can come chat with us on our website at thinkhero.com. We also have a YouTube page. This YouTube page right here is called Think Hero Pro. You can also find us on Twitter if you want to talk to Michael, Dennis, myself. We're at Think Hero. I'm at Griffin DE.
And I'm at Mr. Michael Alexis.
And we also have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/ThinkHeroFans. You know, be sure to give us a like, spread the word, subscribe to our page. You know, let us know what other videos you'd like to see. We're going to have a little bit of a break. Yeah. Got about a month off, so, you know, we can't wait to see you guys soon.
Take care.